Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. We are once again working on the tow truck. Hopefully this is the final. Not really, it could go on. I could probably do another 2 or 3 videos about this tow truck, but I don't want to. So we're coming up to the end. So what I've done is I've taken this light from here, instead of modeling another one, and then I've taken this gasket, which was just the cover for it. This is going to be our light. We're going to use this for our brake lights. We're going to use this for a couple of things on the back here and whatever else. We'll have to figure out what's going to happen with that. So I went through lighting when I did the garbage truck build, but basically we're going to go through it again here. So when it comes to that and that, we want to take that and we're going to group that together. And then we have headlights in here. So what I want to do is move, actually I guess we don't want to model that. Here, we'll just take these two here and we'll put them inside G1. Now, I can't remember if there is a light in there, right? Yeah, so unfortunately what we have to do is we have to copy that and then we have to paste it into. Each object needs a light. If it doesn't, we're going to get an error. But what we can do, see, it enables it as true. So when it enables it, we can see brightness is 0 and we can set that to 0. That probably doesn't matter actually. But yeah, so long as we set the brightness to 0, the light will turn on, but it won't do anything. And that's kind of what we want to do here. This actually doesn't need to be part. This is just trim. So, I mean, this here can go into, we'll just put this in miscellaneous for now. And actually, we can just group that as a model. And I'll just rename that light. Light trim. We can take that. Okay, so now we have our light. Basically, I was just taking looking at some pictures, you know, and I got this one here. There's a whole bunch. Like at this point in time, it's essentially up to you, the creator, where and how you want the lights on the truck. So I'm just gonna do like a basic, just a real basic, where the lights are gonna be, and we'll go from there. And then on my own time, I'll probably end up going over this again a little bit and just expanding on it and adding to it. Like that's why I'm saying, I mean, like I could spend a fair amount of time still just going over this build. Okay, so we're gonna put a light here on this side. Is that? Oh, that's that. Oh, whoops, this has to go into G1. And this one here can go into light trim. All right, and then what we need to do with this one here is we need to weld it onto the body. Now, I don't know, let me see. Is it going to make it go invisible? No, it's just going to turn it from neon to smooth plastic. All right, that's perfect. And then we want to change this. It's inherently neon, and we'll make it smooth plastic. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we can take our trim. And we can put our trim around that. So that's going to look good. So when we turn on the truck and we press L, that should turn on. All right, let's see if that's going to work here. Oh, it's not part of. Let's just rename this lamp. And then we need to copy this, and then we need to paste into it. Let's see how it looks. There it is. Okay, so if we see the light, And then we say enabled. Okay, so we need to change its from front. We can say to the left. Let's change its color because this one's going to be orange. Yeah, it could be kind of yellow, I guess. And then looks like it's a spotlight. Brightness 1. Yeah. All right, let's try that. We shouldn't get the error there. No, we don't have the error now. And then there's the light there on the back. So, there you go. You see it activated there. So when we turn the headlights on, that will turn on. It's actually really, really that simple. And we can take this, we can duplicate it. And then we can throw this on down here if we want to. I would probably, there's a bit of room here. Let's see, we can do this here like this. Put one there and there. That's pretty good. And then we'll duplicate it again. And then we'll put one on here. All right. It's pretty much going to be that. I mean, there's not much to it. I was hoping we would get this done in this video. So we are working away and we are getting this done. And we'll duplicate this. We're going to rotate this. There we go. Starting to look pretty good. So that's the basic lights. Then when it comes to strobe lights, we'll need to program the strobe lights. We need to get that done. See if I have the motivation here and there's one to do it. I've been getting bothered all day long. Every time I sit down and try to do this, I keep getting bothered. So I'm trying. Okay, so then next thing we're going to do is we're going to add lights here. So what I want to do is I'm going to take this, and we're going to duplicate it again. We're going to rotate it like this and move it in the back. This is going to be our brake lights. So we'll take this, we're going to group this individually, and we're going to drag this into the body. We're going to name this reverse. And then what we need is, we need this code here. So we just copy it and we paste it into reverse. And then we need to group this. So I just go Control G, and then we need to rename it G1 like that. And then what it's going to do is script.parent.on.value. So you see we have this bool value which says on. We need to put that in there because a chassis will look for that value and it's going to turn it on. So let's just make that red. Let's make the light red. And let's just see, and then it's going to say brakes. Remember, it was giving me the error before. There's no reverse, and there's no brakes, and there's no hazard. So that's pretty much how we're going to do that. Windscreen, feet screen. I'll have to close that. Still not done. So it says brakes and reverse. What did I name that? Reverse? Should be brakes. It says brakes. Tow truck miscellaneous. Oh, because I copied it. Right, because I copied it over. These now need to go into our miscellaneous folder. Oh, that's going to make it actually pretty easy. And then reverse. Yeah, that'll make it easy. Cool. we go. Did you see that? Press the brakes. Bingo, bango, bongo. We have our brake lights. So now all we need to do is take this, the lamp. I want to bring that out a little bit. Oh, that's pretty good. Like this. We can duplicate that. There we go. And then we'll duplicate that. And we can do this here. Perfect. And then we can take this and we can duplicate it. And we can move it up. Oh, whoops. I wanted that one there. We can duplicate that one. Move it up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to Control G. And we'll drag this into miscellaneous. And this is going to be reverse. Just like that. And then we need the same. Control G. We need to name that G1. Then we need to copy that. Okay, we need the code. We also need this value. Paste that into there. And then we're going to change the color of this to white. Just like that. And we also want to change the color of the light to white. Perfect. And then we can take this and we can duplicate that. There we go. And we can duplicate the whole thing. I think these ones here. Come across just a little bit, just so it's there in alignment here. Something like that. Whatever. Yeah, there we go. Now what I want to do is I want to make these lamps enabled false. Just like that. So you see how it's red there? So we don't want the lights to be on when the vehicle spawns in. Enabled false. And we'll have to do that for the other lights as well. Inside light here. Yeah, see these are enabled. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect. So now when the vehicle spawns into the world, none of the lights are on. Now let's see if we can do that. Let's see here. Speed screen. There we go. Now we're driving, braking, and now we're reversing. Nice. So one of the benefits of having a manual transmission, these are going to be manual transmission because a lot of people have troubles with it, especially the younger kids. But with the manual transmission, it's nice because you can put it in reverse and you can have the beeper on there and the lights will come on and all that sort of stuff, which is kind of what we want, right? So that's that. Now the last thing we need now is our turn lights, our left turn and our right turn lights. Now let me see if the A chassis and the plugins, and then we go to light add-on, and then in the handler, left blink. Okay, these are in miscellaneous, so that's where they got to be. Perfect. So then when it comes to, I guess, changing lanes, we'll duplicate that. We'll come up to here, and we're going to group that together, and we'll bring that into miscellaneous. And this is going to be lefty, not lefty. Left, and then we want this color to be orange, deep orange, and then we want the light as well to be orange. Okay, that was odd. Can duplicate that. Now you can do something like while the blinker is on, if you want it to sort of be like fancy, so it's like one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 sort of deal, you'll need to set that up in the code. Okay, and then this here we need to group, and then we need to name that G1 as well, and then we need the values. We'll take this, and we'll copy them, but we need to change the code a little bit. So how do we change the code a little bit? So we go into the code, and what we need to do is it turns on and off, and that's it. It doesn't wait. So when we set up the garbage truck, we set up the garbage truck here. You'll notice that when we did the left, what we had to do with the code is it turns on, and then it waits, and then it turns off, and then it waits. So we basically need to duplicate this. Yeah, we're duplicating the 4 like that. And we can tell it to wait. I had it wait a second, but I don't think it's quite that. I think it's like 0.3 is what they use. And then again, here we need to get it to wait here as well. And then that way it's going to change color. It's going to go neon, and then smooth plastic. Smooth plastic, and this is going to be false. So it should turn on and off, on and off. Let's test that out. Alright, so if I press, yeah, there we go. That's not bad. Perfect. And then we can just basically copy this. Let's turn the garbage truck down, and then the tow truck here. What do we got? We just straight copy left. Move that this way a little bit and down a little bit, right? And then we'll duplicate that. We'll bring this across to here. And we're actually going to rename this to right. Just like that. Perfect. And now, then we also need to add in there hazards. Now, did I have to add in hazards to the body? I did. We need to copy that. And then inside the tow truck, inside the body, we need to paste into a bool value. This hazards, oh, it already has it in there. Excellent. Look at that. Look at that. Already, the tow truck is already set up. Now, these orange lights on the front don't work yet, so we'll have to drag lights to the front of the vehicle as well. But if I press X, which is the hotkey for hazards, they go on. And then we have our right blinker and our left blinker. Reverse and brakes. And that's pretty much that. Now, what we could do is we could change these. Also, we could add, so this is our right blinker. We could duplicate that and we can rotate it. All right. And then we can have this on the side of the vehicle as well. So we could do something like that. And we can duplicate that, and we can say, actually kind of looks a little bit strange. So kind of looks a little strange, but yeah, I'm alright with it. I don't know if we want to have another one. I don't think we'll have another one there. But if I get rid of that, I wonder if I can find that part. Where that part is. Is it a paint? No, it's got to be one of these. Let's see if we can find that orange button. If it's part, oh, there it is. There it is right there, reflectors. It's both of them, isn't it? Unfortunately, it is both of them. And see, there's another headlight that's missing there. It is both of them. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. So that's what they look like. We could almost turn. No, it doesn't make sense. I think we turn that the inside, but the turning lights should be on the outside. So we could. How can we do this here? What if we scale that to that side? Is that even? No, that doesn't make sense. And they're on an angle. So this could be kind of the difficulties working with a truck like this. Now we have to figure out a way to put these lights on here. And just trying to make it look sort of normal. It's not going to look normal, I know that. It's not going to look normal. Let's see, we could probably have these on a 45 maybe? That might look alright actually. And this could maybe come in and down, and maybe we could have something like that. I think these are going to go neon when we turn the light on. We could do something like that. That could work. And like I say, it's just so we have it's just so it's there, so you can see it on the side. That's all it is. That's all it is. So we'll duplicate that, rotate it, and we'll move it here. Oh. Preferably on the vehicle. It's nice when it's on the vehicle. Yeah, like this one here needs to go onto the vehicle. Come down a little bit maybe. All right, so that's what we got there. We'll come forward, and we're going to rotate this one to 45, and then now we have a left turn signal and we have a right turn signal here at the front of the vehicle. And it's basically just like that. Just going to sit in there like that. I mean, for me, I'm okay with that. Somebody else, they might not be okay with that, but I think that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, look at that. And then if we turn that on, windscreen, close UI. Let's see. If we go left, yeah, there we go. Make it dark. Nice. Right? We turn on the lights. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's cool. So I mean, for me, I'm okay with that. If you want to add more to it, like they do in in these pictures and stuff, you can. See, all these would come on when you press L, and they got the lights on the front, they got lights on the top, and all that sort of stuff. It's just there's a lot there, right? So that would be that. And then of course now we're in reverse, and the brakes. If we roll forward a little bit, it's funny how it just goes into reverse. Go faster. Yeah, see? But I don't know why the brakes they're pulsing like that. I don't know why they're pulsing. It seems kind of strange. It's probably my keyboard. And then of course we have our high beams. Alright, so that's pretty much that for the vehicle lights. Now we want to focus on the strobe lights. So what I have here is I do have a light bar. I grabbed one that I liked. And basically the light bar is pretty much going to be the same thing that we do with the code. So we'll grab the light bar, we'll put it on here. And unfortunately we need an interface for it. I say unfortunately because it just means more work for us. But this will be a chance to clean up the UI. What's our runtime on this so far? Not bad. 30 minutes just to do those lights. Okay. So then we can take this this thing here, and we are gonna we'll just rename this light bar. We're gonna drag that into miscellaneous. There we go. And we can take this and we can just weld it right to the body. To there, and we'll take this one here and we're gonna weld that to there. Perfect. So now it's welded. Now it's welded. Perfect. And then of course I just grabbed these for inside, kind of like the CB radio, and then just a couple of things just to kind of, it's very plain in here, right? I just wanted to spice it up a little bit. So now as far as the strobe, it's going to be the same thing that we did with all the other controls that we made for the truck. So I'm just going to go over that really quickly. I won't go through it in detail because I've already spent 7 hours or 6 hours here writing code. And so you should, at this point in time, if you've been following along, you should have a pretty good idea about how to add code, how to make your own code. So what we need is we need a part. All right, we need a part here. We need to scale it down. And basically, we're just going to make like an individual light that sits in here. That sits in here like this. It would sit in there like that, I guess. Is that right? I wonder if we'll be able to see it from there. I don't know if we will. Okay, so that, we're just going to weld to there. This part here, we're going to group. And we're going to rename this strobe. And we're going to put that into miscellaneous. Just like that. Now, we can insert a light if we want to. We can go insert object, light. Probably a point light. Or a spotlight, actually. And let's just see which way it's facing. Okay, so it's facing that way. We can make it orange. In this case, it's going to be orange. The part itself, I would make glass, and then I would make that orange, deep orange, just like that. So then what we need to do is we need a whole bunch of these. We need to duplicate that. And then we need to duplicate that. We need to duplicate that. My kids are... I just waited all day to the middle of the night so I could sit down and record a video. And all I'm asking for is just a little bit of time to do that. And I can hear them in the background calling for me. It's just... when you get kids, you'll understand. You'll understand how wonderful it is. Okay, so we just need to name these. Let's see. We're going to start at this one here. This will be A. This will be B. And this will be C. All right, and then this will be C. Where's D? D, E, and then F. All right. So we'll take the truck functions, put it here. For now, I'm just going to temporarily disable this frame, make that visible false. On the main screen, the crane screen, which we're going to have to drag up here a little bit. Let's duplicate the foot screen. We're going to duplicate that button. And we're going to rename this to strobes. All right. We are going to enter a new frame. strobes. We're going to go insert object frame, and we're just going to put it here for now because all the other frames are in the way. And then we'll edit this. I'm going to edit this. That'll have to be number 7 or number 8. It's going to be editing this. I want to see if I can make them draggable. So I'm going to take my time tonight and tomorrow, and I'm going to look, research some code, and I want to see if I could make these windows. You can click on it, hold it, and you can drag it anywhere on the screen. I think that would be cool. I'm going to make an attempt. So this is going to be our strobe. Oh boy, strobes. Strobe, just like that. Now, when you press the strobes button, we are going to say dot strobe dot strobe. Perfect. Now, inside here, let's just copy that. Paste into, we need a text button. Insert object, text button. We'll say, we're just going to make this left. That's it. And then we need to create the controls for it. So we'll say strobes. Perfect. So then we'll create a local equals script dot parent dot strobe. So we can say strobes dot left dot mouse button 1 down connect function. All right, and then we'll say fire server truck fire server, and we want this to be let's see, left strobe. And then in our master script at the very bottom here, we are going to say if variable is equal to left strobe, then, and we want to say local strobe equals script dot parent dot parent script dot parent dot strobes dot stobe. Okay, so we say strobes dot a dot visible, let's dot transparency equals 0, right? Because these are all going to be transparency 1, so we can't see them. And then we'll say strobes dot a dot spotlight dot enabled equals true. Then we're gonna wait, maybe like that, 0.2. And now we need to do this A, B, C, D, E, F. A, and then this will be B, C, D, E, F. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the turning, the left here. So you see it says while true do. So we need to add that into here. We need to add into the strobes. We need to insert an object. And this could be a bool value. All right, and we could just name that on, just like they do there. On, and we can say script. Or we can say strobes actually. Strobes dot on dot value equals true, and then we can say while true do while true do. And then in here, we say if. Oh yeah, and then it's going to wait. You notice that? It waits right after the true. So we'll tell it to wait 0.2, and then this end here is actually going to be down here. It's going to be down here. Because all this is going to be within that while true do. And then we want to say if strobes dot on dot value is equal to true, then I think we need to do that as well. Now I could do this. I could say for I1 group do. I could do the same thing in here instead of naming them. But I want each one to go on. So it's going to, this one, wait. And then what I should do, this one's going to turn on, then that 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 one, then that one. So this needs to turn on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So we need to copy that and paste that, and that needs to be 1, and that needs to be false. Right? Let's see if we can copy that and do that. 1, and we'll just see how it looks. Copy this. So if you were making like an emergency vehicle, this is exactly the same thing you do with an emergency vehicle. Except you'd add sounds, right? Every time it goes on, you'd add your sounds. 1, false, and then here we'll copy that. And that turns out to 1, and make that false. And we'll do this one more time. Copy that. Make that 1, make that false. Okay, perfect. Now let's test it out. This button here, we'll say left. Strobes. Something like that, maybe. Put this back into here. All right. Oh, somewhere there are some lights that are on. I'll have to check that. There we go. So if we turn this now, we turn the lighting down. That's pretty much that. Now, what I noticed is that it didn't change the material. So it'll turn on, and then we should say strobes. Strobes dot a dot material equals, and we can say neon, and then we'll copy that, and then here it'll be glass, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have to edit that. B, C, D, E, and F. Copy that. Let's see, there, there, and there. All right, now let's go through that. There. Now let's see how that's going to look. Now it should go to neon, and then it should go back to glass. So we should be able to see that. Yeah, there we go. So now if you're approaching it, and you can see it, there we have the strobes on like that. And then if it's dark out, right? Because we have the spotlight in there as well. Hold on, let's see if I can find a darker time of day. There we go. See the light there? Just like that. Cool. And then when we can say right, and then all we have to do is reverse all of this. So it goes the other way, which just all we need to do is copy that, paste it, and then you just reverse that. And then also what we can do is we can duplicate those, and we can make them in the front. So what we'd have to do is take this, right, A through F, just like that, and then we need to go move, and we'd have to duplicate them, and we could be like, but we have to go A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, F, F, and then that'll do the front and the back. And then, of course, I'll add lights to the side and all that sort of stuff. That's all the time I have for today. Unfortunately, I was hoping I'd be able to finish this in this video, but I'm just not going to get the opportunity right now. There's something else going on here that I have to take care of, sadly. So I enjoy every bit of it. I promise, I swear, I enjoy every bit of it. So this is pretty much gonna do it for the tow truck. This is gonna conclude the tow truck. It's just a matter of installing these now in the truck and then finishing the strobes. Everything I've shown you with the code. To get those strobes working, you can put strobes on the front here, and then you just have to edit the code and make sure that the code is just like this as we just went through it. You can, because I know some of them have a blue light and an orange light, which is probably something I'll end up adding here, right? A couple of orange lights here and a couple of blue lights here, and then maybe something else on the side. And then I would also take one of these, make it white, and then that way we can have a spotlight on this side and a spotlight on that side. And then also I think what else I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this just so it's just a little bit wider. Right, and in doing that, in making it a little bit wider and a little bit taller, now what I've done is we're gonna have to change all of these lights. So these are gonna come up here, and then this is gonna go like this way here. Oh, that actually wasn't too bad, right? So if you rescale it, just make sure that you also adjust that a little bit. Cool. Yeah, that's going to do it for this one. That's going to conclude the tow truck build. There's still a little bit more time adding graphics. You can do that as you saw with all you need to do is add a surface interface, and then you can put in a thing and a thing. And that'll do it. I might put out one more quick video of just, yeah, I'll do one more quick video with the UI, just going over the UI and cleaning it up. That's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.